So, if you're still watching this video, you must be interested in cooking awesome meats, low and slow. So I'm going to tell you about the iQue 110. But first, I want to tell you briefly about me so you'll have confidence in my product. My name is John Kennington. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in electrical engineering, and I've been designing controls for industrial equipment since 1984. I tell you this so that you know that the iQue 110 is designed to industrial control standards. If you use it properly, it'll last a very long time. This is the iQue 110. It has a dial that you can see here, and you can set it to any temperature between 175 and 375. And it will hold it at that temperature for as long as you have fuel. There's an LED at the top here that can be either red or green, steady or flashing, and it tells us about the temperature in the pit at any moment. There's a legend here that shows the LED, different colors, flashing or not, and a description of what that means. If the LED is solid green, then your temperature is where you set it to be within 10 degrees. If it's flashing green, then the temperature in the cooker is at least 10 degrees below where you set it. If it's solid red, then the temperature in the cooker is at least 10 degrees greater than where you set it. And if it's flashing red, then the temperature is more than 50 degrees above the set point. Finally, if it's alternating between red and green, that indicates one of three things. Most likely it indicates that you have removed the lid from the cooker, and the iQue has determined that the lid has been removed, and it is now in a special mode that will keep the blower from running for a period of time after you put the lid back on. That's to keep the fire from getting too hot from all of the oxygen that it's just received. The other thing a flashing red and green could mean is that the enclosure has gotten too hot and it's now going to try to protect itself. You need to keep this at least 1 inch away from the cooker when the cooker is being used at up to 250 degrees. If you're going to use the cooker at over 250 degrees, you don't even want to hang this on the cooker. You want to set it on a table next to it or the ground or whatever. That said, there is a temperature sensor inside of the iQue, and it will try to protect itself against heat by turning off the blower. The third thing an alternating red and green LED could mean is that the temperature sensor has somehow failed. If it is shorted or opened circuit, the LED will flash. The way the iQue works is there is a temperature sensor. It will regulate the temperature in the cooker wherever this is located. You keep this a few inches away from the meat so that the cold meat doesn't affect the reading here. There is a connector here. The temperature probe snaps in. The cable can then be routed into the pit as desired. If the temperature is low inside the cooker, this blower will spin, pushing air through this air tube and into the air manifold. The manifold is attached to most cookers by placing the toggle nut into a vent. On the other side of the vent, it catches the cooker, and you tighten this so that the manifold rests securely against the cooker's body. Included with the package is an AC adapter that converts 120 volts AC from an outlet or extension cord to 12 volts DC that powers the iQue 110. A DC power cable is available that will allow the iQue 110 to be powered from a 12 volt DC source with a cigarette lighter plug, like a jump box or even a car. If you have a Big Green Egg or a Stumps or Superior or upright drum smoker, something like that, the better way is to interface the iQue 110 to your pit using just the hose and the hose barb. Some pits have a ball valve. You can simply open that ball valve up all the way and screw the hose barb into it. Depending on the size of the ball valve, you may need an adapter to do that. Once attached to the pit, the hose is simply placed onto the hose barb. Big Green Eggs and Primo Kamados have available for them adapters that slide in the lower vent door, and then this screws right into that adapter. There's a video on the website showing installation of the iQue 110 on an egg style cooker. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to check out the installation videos on the website to see how the iQue 110 is installed on a pit similar to yours.